Okay.
Yes.
Okay, we're on the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Stephen William Newton, the file number 20-00402. Mr. Newton, today's the date that's set for an arraignment on a probation violation. I have a request and summons for a probation violation here. It states that you violated the terms and conditions of your probation by allegedly failing to report to the probation officer in October 2021 and thereafter, and that you failed to submit to PBT and or urinalysis testing as directed and pay the fees, that you failed to complete batter intervention program and pay the fees and provide proof of completion to the court, and that you failed to obtain, maintain employment without regular monthly reporting. The officer's been unable to determine your employment status. So you have the right to have a contested hearing. You have the right to be represented by counsel at that contested hearing. If you're found to be guilty of these alleged violations, sir, you could be subject to jail time at the discretion of the court. You could be subject to an extension of your probationary status or other increased sanctions. Do you understand that, sir?
Yes.
Okay, are you requesting court-appointed counsel to represent you for this violation?
I would prefer a court appointed.
Okay, so I'll note that you're requesting court-appointed counsel. When someone is available, I can get them to meet with you. Let's see. We'll also set this for a hearing.
March 29th at 1:30.
March 29th at 1:30 in person,
Okay.
okay?
Okay.
Okay, give me just a moment. What's your phone number?
My phone number?
Yes.
517-582-6336.
Okay. Okay, I want you to hold on. Once the public defender is available, I'll see if they need to meet with you before you leave, or they can give you, it's only Miss Donnelly right now. Okay, I'll have the public defender call you another time because it's probably gonna be a while before she'll be available, okay?
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. You're all set for now.
Okay, thank you.
You said Donnelly's representing more?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, Ms. Donnelly, are you all set in the breakout room?
I am, Your Honor. Yep. You should be coming back in.
Okay, who were you meeting with?
I was meeting with Mr. Tonka House. He was out. He was actually in person.
Okay, are we running an exam? I'm
No,
sorry,
that'd be
hearing?
a plea.
Okay, sounds good. You can come right up to the table. Are you Mr. Faust?
Yes, ma'am.
You can come right up there. Okay, we're on the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Tonka Rodney Owen House.
Yes, ma'am.
File number 21-01347FY. Can I have your appearance for the record?
Thank you, Your Honor. Assistant Public Defender Sarah Donnelly on behalf of the defendant Tonka House, who is appearing in person.
Thank you. And Mr. House, today's date that was set for a hearing on a probation violation, which was previously arraigned on. My understanding, however, is that you would like, there's going to be a plea. Is that to the violation that he tested positive for methamphetamine and amphetamine at Pat's on January 25th, 2022? Is that what he's going to be pleading to?
That's my understanding, Your Honor. Yes.
Yes,
You want to plead to that, sir?
I'm guilty.
Okay, you say you want to plead not guilty?
Guilty.
Okay, have you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give us the truth and the whole truth under the penalty of perjury?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. You can put your hand down, sir. So you are represented by counsel today by way of Ms. Donnelly from the Office of the Public Defender. So you have the right to have a contested hearing. You have the right to have evidence and testimony go forth in the court today to establish if you in fact did or did not violate the terms of your probation as alleged. So you would like to waive that hearing today, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Is anybody threatening you to get you to waive that hearing?
No, ma'am.
Anybody promising you anything to get you to waive that hearing?
No, ma'am.
Okay, you understand that by pleading to the violation, or if you were to be found guilty at the time of the hearing, you're subject to potential sanctions such as an increased probationary oversight. It could possibly be some jail time. It could possibly be extension of probation. You understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. As to the violation that you tested positive for methamphetamine in the amount of an amount greater than 20,000 nanogram per milliliter, and amphetamine in the amount 2,950 nanogram per milliliter at Pat's on January 25th, 2022. How do you plead, sir?
Guilty.
Thank you, Ms. Donnelly. Can you inquire of him for a factual basis?
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. House, when you were put on probation, were you told that you were not allowed to have any drugs or alcohol without a doctor's prescription?
Yes, ma'am.
And around January 25th of this year, did you ingest methamphetamines and amphetamines without a prescription?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Did you know that you were ingesting those substances?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and again, you know that you weren't supposed to be taking them without any prescriptions, correct?
Absolutely.
All right, Your Honor, I have no further questions.
Thank you. Before dissatisfied with the factual basis, I'll accept your plea if I'm repeatedly made freely, voluntarily, and intelligently. The recommendation from the probation department was to extend your probation and increase the amount of testing. States here that you recently were picked up on a methamphetamine possession charge. Do you have something else pending?
Yes, Your Honor, he does. He does have a possession of drugs. Preliminary exam, I believe, is set with probably DeLuca on Friday.
Oh. you want to address the court before Simmons and Ms. Donnelly?
Thank you, Your Honor. We have no objections to the recommendation. We believe it's a very reasonable request that Mr. House was getting close to the end of probation, but with this violation, it is very expected that he would continue to be put on continue with probation. So again, no objections to that. Just would like to let the court know that he has been doing his anger management classes. He reports he has one left. He's reported a test twice monthly, and I believe that he has reported to those tests consistently without missing it since last time he went to jail, and he's all paid up. And so we would request, again, we would like him to be continued on probation. Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, I'm gonna adopt the recommendation of probation. I am gonna extend your probation for 90 days. You're gonna undergo increased testing during those 90 days and participate in any substance abuse treatment that's recommended by probation, okay? Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
okay. Do you have any questions for the court at this time?
No, ma'am.
Additional matters for the record?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Thank you, you're all set, sir. Okay. Are you representing Ms. Moore?
I am, Your Honor, and if I could, I'd like a brief breakout room with her.
I'll add her to room 1. Okay, Ms. Donnelly? Ms. Donnelly, can you hear me?
Yes, I can, Your Honor.
Okay, how are we proceeding on? Okay, actually, this is a pre-trial, correct?
Yeah, Julia Moore is a pretrial, yeah.
Okay, we're on the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Julia Moore, file number 22-00643 SN, council appearance.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Andrea Lacy appearing on behalf of the people.
And Assistant Public Defender Sarah Donnelly on behalf of the defendant, Julia Moore, who's appearing separately by Zoom.
Thank you. Today was the date that was set for a pretrial. There's also a PA 53 contempt. Was there an offer on this matter?
Your Honor, there's no offer at this time.
Okay, Ms. Donnelly, how did you want to proceed on this matter?
At this time, Your Honor, we would request that it be set for a final pretrial and jury trial. We would request that for the final pretrial, Ms. Moore is going to be hospitalized in Ridgeview until April 6th. So if we were going to have the final pretrial before then, like the 22nd, 29th, or the 5th, if she could be appearing by video, because they would be unable to bring her here.
Final pretrial will be April 12th at 8 o'clock in the morning. In person at the court. Trial April 19th. And the jury trial will be April 19th at 8 o'clock in the morning in person at the court. Yes, ma'am. Ms. Moore?
Well, I go home. I go home on the 6th of April, and that's my house.
I'm not understanding.
It's Ms. Moore does not have stable housing outside of the place that she was residing with the alleged victim in this case. So her concern is that when she is released on April 6th, that she will have nowhere to go.
Reset the P53 as well. Okay, well, I'm assuming there was a no contact order as it relates to the victim in this matter. And the victim is still residing at that same address?
Yes, Your Honor.
We live together.
Okay, well, you're not allowed to live together during the pendency of this matter. So you're gonna have to figure out some alternative arrangements, ma'am, okay?
Okay.
Okay, if you would like, and I don't know if moving the final pretrial will be something that you can even accommodate. I would only be able to move it up 1 week anyways. But at least you'll still be housed at Ridgeview during that time. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor. I was going to request, if it possible, yes, that she appear on April 5th by video at Ridgeview.
Okay, so reset the final pretrial for April 5th. Okay, we'll reset the final pretrial for April 5th. You can appear virtually from Ridgeview for that purpose. The victim can also appear virtually. We need to proceed to trial. Will happen on April 19th. Any additional matters for the record?
Nothing from the people.
Yes, Your Honor, I would like to request a bond amendment.
Okay.
Your Honor, Ms. Moore, after arraignment, when she was ordered to stay in Michigan, she contacted the Ridgeview Hospital. They're in Ohio. She was a former patient there, and they, without knowing that she was under orders, came to Lansing and basically picked her up when she called on, I think it was March 6th. And that's, and she has been at the hospital since then. So I was going to request this time, knowing that, you know, she has mental health issues, and that but now that she is getting the treatment at a place that she's comfortable with, I'm going to ask the court that she be allowed to stay in Ohio for treatment.
Oh, that's him. The seeker just collapsed. The seeker collapsed. Yeah.
File within the custody of Ridgeview for her treatment. Any additional matters for the record?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Thank you. You're all set, Ms. Moore. We'll see you on April 5th, okay?
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, I'm not sure who's here first. We have Roadball and then we have Harrington. I was told Roadball was here first. Both of them are set for a 1:30 violation, probation violation hearing. So do you need to speak to him privately, Ms. Donnelly?
Your Honor, I do not. I'm ready to go with Mr. Rodabaugh. Mr. Harrington, I would need to speak with.
Okay. Ms. Moore, or the serves with you. She's free to go, so you can terminate.
Thank you, Mr. Hall.
Thank you.
Okay. What are we doing on Ms. Rodabaugh?
Mr. Rodabaugh is a clean explanation.
Okay. We're on the record in the matter, the people of the state of Michigan versus Douglas Paul Rodabaugh, file number 19-02445. Counsel appearance.
Thank you, Your Honor. Assistant Public Defender Sarah Donnelly on behalf of the defendant Douglas Rodabaugh, who's appearing separately by Zoom.
Same date that was set for a hearing on a probation violation. Just trying to find the violation here. The violation state here. Defendant failed to make payments on December 23rd, 2021 and January 23rd, 2022. Then he failed to make payment of any restitution to the victim, and he failed to appear for the more recognition therapy at Cognitive Consultants in January 25, 2022 and February 1st, 2022. And so, Ms. Donnelly, you said he wants to plead guilty to all of those violations?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. That's correct, Mr. Rodabaugh. You need to unmute.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give is the truth and the whole truth under the penalty of perjury?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. You can put your hand down, sir. Mr. Rodabaugh, you have the right to have a contested hearing today. And during this contested hearing, if you were to proceed, you would have the right to have evidence be presented that would sustain the burden that you did in fact violate the terms of your probation by failing to make payments and failing to pay restitution and failing to appear for your more recognition therapy at Cognitive Consultants. You want to waive your right to the contested hearing on that, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Is anybody threatening you to do that?
No, ma'am.
Anybody promising you anything to get you to waive your hearing?
No, ma'am.
Okay. As to the violation that you failed to make a payment on December 23rd, 2021 and January 23rd, 2022, how do you plead?
Guilty.
And as to the violation that you failed to pay any restitution to the victim, How do you plead?
Guilty.
And then lastly, as to the violation that you failed to appear for your moral recognition therapy at Cognitive Consultants on January 25th, 2022 and February 1st, 2022. How do you plead?
Guilty.
On a factual basis, Ms. Donnelly.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Rodabaugh, as part of your conditions for probation, you were ordered to make monthly payments, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and have you made any payments yet?
No, I have not.
And part of the payments that you had to make was restitution. You have roughly several $1,000s in restitution owed to the victim, correct?
Yes.
And have you made any payments?
No, ma'am.
All right, and for your for MRT at COGS on did you you miss your appointments for January 25th and February 1st?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and for all of these things that you failed to do, was the reason that you didn't do them because you didn't have any money?
Yes, I was off work and I had did not have the money to do it.
Okay, Your Honor, I have no further questions.
Thank you. Court is satisfied with the factual basis. I'll accept your plea. Find your plea to be made freely, voluntarily, and intelligently. Recommendation of probation is to impose 2 days jail time and continue probation, and that the defendant needs to make payment immediately, as the victim has called several times demanding that the restitution be paid on time. Do you want to address the court before sentencing, Ms. Donnelly?
Thank you, Your Honor. Yes, I'm not aware of the recommendation for jail time. It was my understanding that they were just recommending continuing. But in regards to Mr. Mr. Rodabaugh, he has reported that the reasons why he hasn't been able to pay is because he hasn't been able to work much. He actually sent me proof of a referral back in January to an orthopedic surgeon. I believe it's for your knee, right, Mr. Rodabaugh?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so, the standard practice right now with, with knee replacements is that he has to first get injections. So he did get all of his, you had 3 rounds, right? And the last one was last Friday, correct?
Yes,
Yeah.
Last Friday, yes.
He does report that the injections have helped. So he is hoping to be back into work coming up shortly. Since last time we talked, Mr. Rodabaugh, did you any further news on when you'll be going back to work?
After I completed the last round of the injections, he has me on a steroid right now, which is a week-long steroid. So I talked to my boss last week. I'm hoping to return within the next week or so.
All right. And at that time, he will be able to start catching up on some of the things he owes. Right now with his moral recognition therapy, he's behind $250, which is why he couldn't attend those classes. So he wants to get that paid off first so that he can finish his therapy. He might also be getting, he is still trying to get back pay on unemployment. So if he's able to get that would help him pay for things. But just wanted to let the court know in sentencing him that he is paying for his testing. He hasn't been missing that. And again, I don't think he's trying to not pay. I just think that he's had issues with earning money, so he hasn't had an ability to pay. So I would hope that the court would extend his probation without considering a jail sentence at this point. Thank you, Your Honor.
on 12 months of probation back in September. Is that correct?
Pardon me, it was breaking up. I'm sorry.
12 months of probation
They,
back in September. Is that accurate?
9 months.
9 months? Okay.
They were talking 12 months and then they dropped it down to 9 months.
Up on these payments as soon as you're able to and continue with your monthly payments. Okay, sir?
Okay.
Your Honor, I don't believe, I think I can't hear a lot what's going on. I don't know if what's happening, but I didn't hear any of that.
I said I was going to continue his probation.
Okay.
And that he needs to get back or get caught up on his past due payments and get back current on his payment plan as soon as he is able to do so.
Thank you, Your Honor.
That was all I said, but I'm not sure what the background that you were hearing because we didn't have anything going on in here. But nonetheless, it might have been a networking issue. Do you have any questions, Mr. Rodabaugh?
No, ma'am.
Okay, any additional matters for the record, counsel?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Rodabaugh. You're all set for today.
All right, thank you.
Welcome, and I'm gonna put Mr. Harrington in room 1.
Thank you.
Okay, Ms. Donnelly, are we having a hearing?
No, Your Honor, it'll be a plea.
Okay, we're on the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Kendrick Ramon Harrington, file number 21-02683 FY, council appearance.
Thank you, Your Honor. Assistant Public Defender Sarah Donnelly on behalf of the defendant Kendrick Harrington, who is appearing separately by Zoom.
Thank you, and today's the date that's set for a hearing on a probation violation. Mr. Harrington, you were arraigned on a violation. The allegation is that you violated the terms of your probation by failing to report for intake appointments scheduled for you on January 18, 2022 and January 25th, 2022. And so you have the right to have that contested hearing. Do you wish to waive that hearing today?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, is anybody threatening you to get you to waive that hearing?
No, ma'am.
Okay, anybody promising you anything to have you waive your hearing today?
No, ma'am.
Yes. Okay, actually, let me have you raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give us the truth and the whole truth under the penalty of perjury?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. You can put your hand down, sir. As to the allegation that you failed to report for intake appointments scheduled on January 18th, 2022 and January 25th, 2022, how do you plead, sir?
Guilty.
Was that a guilty?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, can I have a factual basis, Ms. Donnelly?
Thank you, Your Honor. All right, Mr. Harrington, when you were sentenced before Judge Simmons, or I'm sorry, Judge Simmons on January 7th of this year, you were ordered to report to, you were ordered to be put on probation, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And so you were ordered to report to probation, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And were you scheduled to meet with your probation officer on January 7th? Or I'm sorry, January 18th and January 25th?
Yes, ma'am. So,
All right,
yes.
and did you miss those appointments?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
And do you and why did you miss those appointments?
I missed those appointments due to the sickness.
Okay.
COVID.
All right, and have you reached out to your probation officer yet?
Not since around the 11. I haven't reached out to her lately. No, ma'am.
All right, Your Honor, I have no further questions.
Thank you. The court is satisfied with the factual basis. I'll accept your plea. Find your plea to be made freely, voluntarily, and intelligently. Recommendation is for probation to continue if the defendant gives the court updated contact information, and looks like they made attempts to call and none of the phone numbers worked, and the defendant's mail is being returned from Holt. So let's see. What's your address, sir?
My address right now at the moment is Long Boulevard, 244. I mean, apartment 244 in Lansing, Michigan, 48911.
I just heard Long Boulevard. Was there a number before that?
Apartment 244, ma'am. Long
Right,
Boulevard.
What number Long Boulevard?
I'm not sure.
Yeah,
I just
that's-
know
we need
Under
that.
Long Boulevard, but
It's in
It's not
Autumn Ridge.
900 Long. I assume.
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Is
Yes,
it
it is.
900 Long Boulevard?
Yes, ma'am. Autumn Ridge. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. What's your phone number?
I use email, man. My phone got stolen.
What's your email?
11 capital C VILLE 91 Sir Sire SIRE @gmail.com.
Okay, it broke up a little, so I'm gonna have you repeat this for me. Capital C, like cat?
No, ma'am. It's 11
Uh-huh.
capital C like cat VILLE 91 SIRE @gmail.com.
I have 11C. I don't know if the next one is what that letter is. Is it a D as in dog?
VILLE.
D as in Victor.
Like Victor?
Like Seville.
Okay, C, okay.
Okay.
And then I have 91. Yeah, C.
Yes.
91, and then Sir Sire.
Yes.
Whose device are you calling in from now, sir?
Excuse me? I'm calling from a friend's phone, my friend Kim's phone. But I pretty much be using this phone, this number that I'm calling you, that you can reach me at this number also. It's
What's that number?
517-816-5243. I have this phone with me.
Okay, I'll update that information into the file. You need to continue with your probation and you need to report to probation within the next 48 hours, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any questions?
No, ma'am.
Any additional matters for the record?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, you're all set, sir. Good luck.
Thank you very much. Oh, Father.
That's all I have. No one
Fine,
is
so we-
here in the courtroom.